Imagine discovering that the biggest reason your study plan keeps failing has nothing to do with discipline, intelligence, or even the number of hours you spend with your books. The hidden problem is that you may be fighting against your own energy instead of working with it. Most students organize their schedules by the clock, believing that every hour is equally productive, yet your brain does not experience every hour the same way. Some moments are naturally sharper, while others are better suited for simpler tasks. The difference is so powerful that 2 focused hours at the right time can often produce more progress than 6 distracted hours at the wrong time. Once you understand this overlooked principle, studying begins to feel less like a battle and more like a carefully timed strategy. Before you assume this sounds too simple to matter, consider one surprising question. What if your best grades have always depended more on when you studied than on how long you out-studied? That possibility changes everything, because it shifts the focus from forcing yourself harder to using your mind more intelligently. Every person follows a natural rhythm that influences attention, memory, creativity, and problem-solving throughout the day. Instead of ignoring that rhythm, successful learners quietly use it to their advantage. Think about the moments when difficult math problems suddenly seem clear, or when reading an entire chapter feels effortless. Those moments rarely happen by accident. They often appear when your mental energy reaches its peak. Unfortunately, many students waste those valuable periods answering easy emails, organizing notes, or reviewing material they already know. Then, when their energy crashes, they attempt the hardest concepts and wonder why nothing sticks. It feels like trying to climb a mountain after running a marathon. The challenge is not impossible, but it becomes unnecessarily exhausting. The most effective study plan begins with a simple observation, rather than a complicated schedule. Spend several days paying attention to your own mind instead of your calendar. Notice when you feel alert, curious, and mentally quick. Also notice when concentration becomes difficult, when your eyes drift across the page without absorbing information, or when every small distraction suddenly seems irresistible. These patterns reveal more than any productivity app ever could. Once you recognize them, you stop treating every study session the same. Your highest energy becomes reserved for subjects requiring deep thinking, difficult calculations, critical analysis, or complex memorization. Lower energy periods become perfect opportunities for reviewing flashcards, organizing materials, summarizing notes, or practicing familiar concepts. This approach transforms studying from endless effort into intentional performance. The remarkable part is that your available time has not changed at all, yet your results can improve because every task finally matches the mental strength available to complete it effectively without constant frustration. Once you begin matching your study sessions to your natural energy, another surprising shift appears. You stop measuring success by the number of completed hours and start measuring it by the quality of completed thinking. That change alone removes a tremendous amount of guilt, because you no longer expect yourself to perform at the same level every minute of every day. Instead, you create 3 simple categories. High energy periods become your opportunity to attack the subjects that demand the greatest concentration, such as advanced mathematics, challenging science concepts, analytical writing, or anything that forces your brain to solve unfamiliar problems. Medium energy periods are ideal for practicing questions, reinforcing what you already learned, and connecting ideas that previously felt separate. Low energy periods still have tremendous value because they are perfect for reviewing notes, organizing materials, creating flashcards, highlighting key concepts, or watching educational explanations that strengthen your understanding without requiring maximum mental effort. Many students make the costly mistake of believing low energy means they should stop completely, but even those quieter moments can build momentum if they are used wisely. Think of an athlete preparing for a championship. Every workout is not equally intense because recovery is part of peak performance. Your brain operates in a remarkably similar way. If you constantly force difficult tasks during mental fatigue, frustration grows faster than knowledge. However, when demanding work is reserved for moments of peak focus, confidence naturally increases because progress becomes visible. Each successful study session reinforces the belief that learning is becoming easier, even though the material itself has not changed. There is another hidden advantage that many people overlook. Difficult subjects become less intimidating because your strongest attention meets the hardest challenge first. Instead of postponing your toughest topic until late at night when your energy disappears, you remove the biggest obstacle while your mind is still fresh. That early victory creates psychological momentum, making every remaining task feel lighter. As the day continues, you transition naturally toward activities that require less cognitive effort, allowing your brain to maintain productivity without feeling overwhelmed. Over time, this rhythm reduces procrastination because you are no longer negotiating with exhaustion. You already know exactly what kind of work belongs in every energy zone. Unexpected interruptions also become less damaging because your schedule is flexible rather than rigid. If your highest energy window changes due to sleep, exercise, or daily responsibilities, the plan adjusts with you instead of collapsing completely. That adaptability is what makes this approach sustainable during stressful exam seasons. Rather than fighting your biology, you begin cooperating with it. The result is greater consistency, stronger memory, improved concentration, and a calmer mindset. Yet one powerful element still remains unexplored, and it may determine whether everything you study today actually stays with you on exam day. Because learning information is only half the challenge, while remembering it when pressure arrives is the real victory. The final piece of the energy-based study plan is understanding that memory is strengthened, not simply by repetition, but by timing, recovery, and intentional review. Many students believe they should keep pushing until they feel completely exhausted, assuming that more effort automatically creates better results. In reality, an exhausted brain often stores information poorly, making those extra hours far less valuable than expected. Instead of treating breaks as interruptions, begin seeing them as part of the learning process. A short walk, a healthy meal, stretching, or even a few quiet minutes away from your desk can restore the mental resources needed for deeper understanding. When you return with renewed energy, concepts that once seemed confusing often become surprisingly clear. Pair this habit with regular review sessions during lower energy periods, and your knowledge becomes stronger without requiring endless cramming. This is where confidence quietly replaces anxiety. Instead of hoping you remember everything before an exam, you build a system that repeatedly strengthens important ideas while protecting your highest energy moments for learning something new. Imagine entering the exam room knowing you studied in harmony with your mind rather than against it. That feeling is not luck. It is the result of consistent choices made long before the test begins. You also become more aware of habits that influence your daily energy, including sleep, hydration, nutrition, movement, and screen time. These simple factors may seem unrelated to studying, yet they often determine whether your brain operates at 80% or 100% of its potential. Small improvements in these areas multiply the effectiveness of every study session because they raise the quality of your mental energy before you even open a textbook. Eventually, the question changes from asking how many hours you should study to asking how well your next hour matches the task in front of you. That single shift creates a more sustainable, enjoyable, and productive approach to learning. You stop comparing your routine with someone else's schedule because your natural rhythm is uniquely yours. Some people think best before sunrise, while others reach peak focus later in the day. Neither pattern is superior if it consistently supports meaningful work. The true goal is not copying another student's timetable, but discovering the rhythm that allows your own abilities to flourish. Once you understand that principle, every study session becomes a deliberate investment instead of an obligation. Your time feels more valuable, your attention becomes more focused, and your progress grows more predictable with each passing week. Exams no longer represent impossible obstacles but opportunities to demonstrate knowledge that has been built with intention, patience, and intelligent planning. The most powerful study strategy was never hidden inside a complicated formula. It was waiting inside the natural rhythm you already possessed. The only remaining question is whether you will continue studying against your energy, or finally allow your energy to become your greatest academic advantage. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notifications so you can see our new videos early.